To another episode of Pyathlon. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to add the developer tab to your ribbon in Microsoft Excel, and I'll also be showing you how to access and use the Visual Basic Editor in Excel and explain what a lot of the buttons mean. So let's dive right in. So first, we're going to add the developer tab to our ribbon. And so the way you can do that on the Mac is you click Excel and then you go to Preferences. And then once that shows up, you click Ribbon and Toolbar. And then on the right side, you should be able to scroll down and see the developer tab, and you'll see it's unchecked. So check that and make sure you click save. Otherwise, this won't save. So then once you click save, and you can exit out of this, then you'll see the developer tab appear. So let's go to our developer tab and talk about some of the things that you'll see here. So this is the button to access the Visual Basic Editor. I'll give you an in-depth tutorial on the Visual Basic Editor in a minute or two after I talk about what some of these other buttons do. This is the macros button, so if you use the macro recorder to record a macro, or you create a macro and using the Visual Basic Editor, then you'll be able to click it and see your list of macros here. Here's your macro recorder, so you can use this if you like to record a macro. You have an option to use relative references by clicking this button, and you can also look at your add-ins and Excel add-ins with these two buttons. The rest of these buttons are to add user interface components to your worksheet. So if I click this button here, it changes my cursor to this plus sign, and then I can just drag out the size of the button that I want. It's going to ask me which macro do I want. I don't have any macros recorded or from the VB editor, so I'll just click OK, and you'll see it creates a button, and then I can drag it out to the desired size. So I'll just Command Z that button away, and you can do this with combo boxes, labels, check boxes, scroll bars. You can have a list box, option button, or a spinner. So the spinner gives you that up-down interface like that. And I'll Command Z that away also. Command Z is undo if you weren't familiar with that command on the Mac. Alright, so now let's actually go into the Visual Basic Editor and look at some of the things we can do here. So if you click this button, you'll see your Visual Basic Editor pop up. And mine looks very weird right now, so I will rearrange this a little bit. But anyway, so this here, what I have my cursor over right now, this is the Project Explorer window. And so any open projects or any modules that you have created, you'll be able to see those here. So let's go to the top, and this is the standard toolbar, this top row here. So this allows you to create a module, to insert a module, and what a module is it just allows you to type VBA code. So if I click this button, insert a module, I can type whatever code I want here. If you don't know what this code means, that's fine. I'll post a video later where I'll actually teach you VBA. And then you have a save button. You have a cut, copy, and paste. So if you want to copy or paste any code you have highlighted, then you can do it with these buttons. You have a find button. So if you're looking for anything you've typed in your code, you can use that and then type in either the name of the macro or whatever code you type, and then you'll be able to find it with that. Undo typing, that's the same thing as Command Z. Yeah. This is the button you use to actually run your subroutine or your procedure or your macro. Those are all the same things, whatever you want to call it. And then this is your break button, so you can pause your code execution. This is reset, so let's say you get an error and it might not let you run it again, so you might have to hit reset before it lets you run your code again. This is design mode. This would be useful if you're creating user forms or anything like that. Then you can also, if your Project Explorer, if you exit out of it, you can bring it back with this button. And same with the Properties window. So if I click that, then I'll see my Properties window show up. So I'll make that go away just to give myself a little more room. Oh, yeah, you have to click the X to make it go away. And you also have your Object Browser. So I'll click the Object Browser. The Object Browser is really interesting because it shows you all of the classes you can use in VBA and a lot of the attributes and functions associated with them. So let's say I wanted to look at a chart and see all of the members of chart. So you can see you have the add reference button, you have the application. So all of these are just members of the chart class. And you can do this for any class. So you see it's a very long list. Anyway, let's move on. This is your edit toolbar. So once again, you can run, pop, break, or reset. You can also use this to toggle a breakpoint. A breakpoint is a point in which your code, where you pause code execution for debugging purposes. Now here you have step into. This is another debugging tool. Step into lets you run your lines of code one by one. So this will just run one line and then you click it again and it runs the next line and so on and so forth. Step over is similar to step into, except it only steps into code in your current subroutine or macro, and it will step over any macros that are ran from that macro. Have is step out. And step out, whatever subroutine or macro you're in, if you click the step out, then it will just run the rest of that macro. So if you're in step into and you end up in a macro that you're not interested in debugging, then you can step out and it will just run the rest of that macro and let you move on. Alright, so the next thing we have is our locals window, which allows you to see all the variables you have declared. Your immediate window. Your immediate window is this down here, which allows you to run single line VBA statements and have it immediately execute. So if I wanted to select a range, I could do range, forgot a parenthesis. Let's say A1, no, let's do C1, that select. And if we click that, then if we go back to Excel, we can see C1 is selected. So that's what the immediates window allows you to do. It allows you to execute VBA statements, execute one-line VBA statements in real time. So you can click this and go, it'll bring back the VBA editor, the VB editor. Alright, and then we also have the watch window, which allows you to watch the value of a variable over the course of your program, and the quick watch, which allows you to look at the value of a variable at a specific point in your program. Alright, so now we are moving on to the Debug Toolbar. And with the Debug Toolbar, you can look at properties and methods. So let's say I want to look into the string class. I can click that, and it will show me the properties and methods associated with that class. So you can click anywhere to get off of that. You can list constants, so if I have any constants declared, you can click that and see them. You can do quick info, so if I highlight string and then do quick info, it brings up this. I can do parameter info, so if you want to look into a parameter, you can highlight it and click that, and it'll give you the information about that parameter. You have complete word, so if I were to highlight something and click complete word, then it'll bring up all the things that it thinks I'm trying to type. So it's sort of like autocomplete. You have the indent and outdent buttons, so remember every time you program your code should be properly indented. So if you want to indent, you can highlight your code and click the indent button, and to outdent, you can do the same thing. You have another breakpoint button, and then you have buttons to comment and uncomment your code. So if I wanted this code to be a comment, I would click that, and now if I wanted to uncomment it, I can click that. And this will add the apostrophe to comment every time you click this button, and it will remove one of those every time you click the uncomment button. And then you have a bookmark button. So I hope this introduction to the Visual Basic Editor gives you some insight into how you can use it, what you can do with it, and makes you more familiar operating using VBA and Excel. So as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. And you also want to click that alarm bell so you get notifications every time we post. We'll be posting videos about data visualization in Tableau, about Python, VBA, Amazon Web Services, and we have a lot of really good content planned. So make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you can get notified. And visit us on Twitter and Instagram at Pyathlon. And be sure to visit pyathlon.com where you can see everything we have there. And we have our full courses on that website now. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.